how did I make my first real estate deal? Hey, this is Mark Evans, DM here with Virtual Deal Factory, and I'm sitting here in my home here in Atlanta, Georgia, and I wanted to give you a history lesson of Mark Evans, DM's first deal, and explain to you that, not everything. I had no clue what I was doing. I was 19 years old. I had very little clue at all. I had determination to succeed, though. So my first deal actually was a commercial property, and it was owner financing. It was a mess. I painted it the wrong color. I bought it at the wrong price. I did everything wrong. But it got me in motion and it got me going, and I'm still here and I'm doing way better than I was when I first started. And I think that's a key component in any business, is that you just got to get it going. So I learned so much through implementation. Oftentimes people just read books, go to seminars, get the tapes, get the CDs, get the DVDs, have a lot of knowledge. But until you apply the information and go out and take action, everything else, it's all theory in your head. That's why I always tell people to start doing wholesaling, stay in this system and Virtual Deal Factory, and there's plenty of deals to wholesale. We have buyers, we have sellers, we have investors. Everybody's in there together. Your job is, if you want to start and get going and start figuring out paperwork process, what kind of form should you use, what kind of timeline should you expect, where to get the money, how to get the money. If you have no money, if you have no credit, because that's how I started, it's by simply putting yourself in that position and being the rainmaker, so to speak, by putting people together to make money. And honestly, guys, until you put it into action, it's all theory up here. I know you see people doing it. I know you hear people doing it, talking about like me. But my goal for you is for you to do it. So get out there, take action, go do a deal, mess up, protect your downside. I think I lost maybe $3,000 to $4,000 on my first deal over a 2-year time frame. It's not like over one day. I'm not saying go out and lose money. And fortunately, with the internet and the videos that we have right now, you're watching, stuff like this is available to you. So if you get stuck on something, you can come to the message board on Virtual Deal Factory, ask your investor friends questions, have them help you progress and process and get moving in the right direction. It's time to set it in motion. Set it in motion. You will not know what you're doing, every piece of it. That's okay. You'll figure it out as you grow and go. So tomorrow I'm going to talk about, as you know, Damien's not here this week, but I'm going to talk to you about what's the fastest path to cash inside the Virtual Deal Factory system. If you have no credit, no cash, or if you have all those too, what's the fastest path? Just got these lips today. What's the fastest path to cash for you? Talk to you in a few. Bye-bye.
Hi everybody, Babs Wagner from Area Homeowner Solutions in upstate New York, and I want to talk to you today about the Virtual Deal Factory. Virtual Deal Factory is a website designed for real estate investors, and my partner Ken and I are real estate investors, and we're fairly new to this industry. Well, I want to tell you a little story about how the Virtual Deal Factory has changed our real estate investing career. Back in December, we got an email from an owner in Kansas, and he had a couple of properties, some nice apartments, and he was looking for a buyer. We didn't know anybody. I didn't really have a network. I had gotten on a lot of websites, and I tried very hard to network with people, but it really was slow going. So when we saw the property, knowing that we really didn't have a buyer in Kansas, we kind of passed on it. Well, in January, after I joined the Virtual Deal Factory, doesn't the same owner send me another email? He's still looking for a buyer. And at that point, I thought, why not put it on the Virtual Deal Factory? Let's see if this works. Well, I got a hold of the seller. We did a contract. I threw the properties up on the Virtual Deal Factory. And don't you know, within 2 days, I had 2 different investors from the factory contact me. They were looking for they had buyers that were interested in the properties and wanted to take a look. And don't you know, we found a buyer for those properties through the Virtual Deal Factory. It was amazing. I was doing deals in Kansas, and I'm sitting here in New York, so it was just wonderful. The other thing that happened was one of the investors and I got friendly. There's groups you can get on, you can talk to other investors, you can message them, you can post on their profiles. So many ways to contact people and get a hold of them and network with them. There's all kinds of people on there. So one of the investors got a hold of me, and she had a package of properties, and two of the properties happened to be in my local area. She says to me, Babs, would you mind, marketing these? Well, her and I did an agreement, and I put the properties up on the Virtual Deal Factory. I also posted them in several other places, and the next thing you know, I'm getting phone calls from investors all over my area. I'm meeting rehabbers. I'm meeting all kinds of contractors, people that are interested in these properties. I'm meeting families that want the properties because the husband wants to fix them up. I mean, my buyers list is growing because I made a contact on the Virtual Deal Factory. I just want to let you know that not only is it a great place to post your properties and meet other investors, but there's more to it. Damien and Mark are hands-on with this thing. I mean, they really take a heartfelt interest in excelling all their members, to pump them up and to keep them going and to get deals happening. They give you advice, they give you guidance. It's an absolutely wonderful site. The other thing that I really like about it is it's personal. It's not just some website. I've gotten on so many of these websites, but this one feels different. It's really like a family. There's just so much to it and so many parts to it, and it's just moving and growing, and I can just see this thing taking off. So if you are a real estate investor and you want to move your career to the next level, and you really want to network with people all over the country and learn. If you have a question, you post it on there, people will get back to you. They'll call you. They'll email you. They'll message you. You'll get responses like you wouldn't believe. You'll get so much advice. People sending copies of forms they use or programs they like or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's all about being a family, really. The Virtual Deal Factory has been wonderful for our career. And if you haven't signed up yet, and you really want to excel your career, I recommend it very highly. The Virtual Deal Factory. That's Wagner from Area Homeowner Solutions, New York State, signing off. Bye.